So, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. It could be morning where you are, couldn't it, I suppose? But we're back again with another video, and we're going to talk about the owners. Yay! I swear to God, listen, we've got quite a bit to get through, so I'm going to get through to that very, very shortly. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We're smashing subs through the roof at the moment, so keep going, keep hitting the like button, and very important to do. Really appreciate everyone who's followed me on Instagram. Instagram is just there, Lee Gunner 82. Go and check out my Instagrams. Follow me on Insta. Follow me on the rest of them, but most importantly, Insta. I really, really want to build that up going into the new season as well. So most appreciated. But most of you will remember we did a deal as a football club, not as KSC as a separate entity. It was as a football club that we qualified for a government loan from the Bank of England. Now, we took that out in January. It was £120 million, and that was to kind of tie us over through the COVID times, which were kind of peak at the moment. We're kind of coming out the back end of that now. But at that time, we didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know where we were going to be in 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. We didn't know what the club was doing. And they went and got the loan. Now, that loan is due to be paid back this month. Now, I have seen a few reports suggesting that it can be paid back March next year. And there was a cut-off point of, I think it was the 21st of March this year to extend that. Now, I'm not sure what the interest rate is if we had extended it, but the interest rate that we had was 0.5%, which means if we pay the whole £120 million back in one payment, which is what they wanted, then we only incur £600,000 interest, which for the average Joe like us is a hell of a lot of money. For a multi-billion-pound business, which is what Arsenal Football Club is right now, it's not anything. It's like 50 quid to us. So I'm not so sure whether we have taken that extension. I haven't seen anything to suggest that we have. The club may have come out and said that. They did come out and say that they got the loan in the first place. So I'd like to think that if they did extend it, they would have come out and told us. We haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anything. So as far as I know, it's due to be paid back this month. Now, obviously, there is now lots of stories doing the rounds that KSE as a separate entity, not Arsenal Football Club, are going to pay the whole lot off, meaning that we have extra money available to go and spend in the transfer market. Because obviously, if we do pay that back, we're pretty snookered for signings as a football club if the club pay the money back. Now, I would like to think that this is true. And the reason I'd like to think that is I can't trust Josh Kroenke as far as I could throw the geezer. But he did come out and say that we're going to try and do everything we can to get fans back on side. Take him at face value. You go, okay, cool. Dig deeper and realize that they're multi-billionaires. They make ruthless decisions. They don't care who gets hurt along the way. I think that I'm not so sure. I don't know. But what I'm going to say here is that if they do pay it, obviously we lost £47 million as well. Don't forget that in the last 12 months, our accounts show that we lost 47 million. Our accounts also show that we haven't got any outstanding debt in terms of bank loans and stuff like that. KSE refinanced the debt for the stadium, which means we're stadium debt free. We haven't got any debts to the club. And the only debt we do have, which is outstanding, is this one that I'm talking about. Now, if KSE do actually pay this, that would leave us in a lot better position for us to move forward and go on a summer spending spree and a overhaul of squad, which is what all of these journalists keep putting out there. I don't believe we're going to do an overhaul of squad. I don't believe we're going to do 200 million quid. I do believe we're going to get rid of quite a few players, but I do believe also that we're only going to spend about 120 max, and that's going to include player sales. So maybe net it down, it'll be about 40 million quid, 30 million quid, something like that, after we've sold some of these players that are claiming to want to be leaving. So we shall see what happens. Obviously, we know that David Luiz is leaving. Not that we can get a fee, but the 100-odd grand a week are coming handy. This is kind of mad me saying this. We're kind of penny pinching. Oh, yes, we can have that 100 grand back and we're going to put that over there. If we can get rid of William, there's another big chunk of money saved. Plus, we'd get a tiny fee. Hector Bellerin, Granit Xhaka, Eddie Nketiah, Willock, Maitland-Niles, Bernd Leno, albeit Bernd Leno's come out and said that he's contracted to the club and he wants to stay. I don't know how true that is. But the one thing I'll say here is I'd like to get your thoughts, actually. Do you think that KSC are going to pay it and try and get everyone back on side and go on a spending spree? Or do you think that the club's going to pay it and we're just going to have to sell to buy? I'd love to know what you guys think on that, because it's very interesting, because this all went very quiet. And I think everyone forgot that we owed this money. And like I said a couple of minutes ago, I don't think that anything has come out at all to suggest that we're paying it next March. So as far as I know, it's got to be paid back this month, and this month is running out of time. So KSC as a company, as a corporation, they can take 120 million quid, no drama, quick hit. It's not a massive amount of money to a multi-billionaire with assets all over the gaff. So Arsenal Football Club, that are going through pandemic with no gate receipts, which is our biggest source of revenue, or one of them anyway, is taking a massive hit on the football club, which I understand. But at the same time, this is where we want the owners to now come and step in. This is where we want them to get their checkbook out and say, right, we're going to cover that. We're also going to cover the Super League money, the fees that we have to get out of that. We're covering all of that. You can now go shopping. And I'd love for us to do that. I'm still very skeptical whether Stan and Josh are going to do that. I'm not so sure they will. But I'd love to get your thoughts on it. Leave it all in the comment section down below, and let me know. And how many of these players do you think are going to leave? Stick that in the comment section. I'm not convinced we're going to get rid of all of the players that are being linked with moves away. I think that some of the fees or wages these players are on, Kolasinac, I ain't even mentioned him. Some of the fees and the wages it takes to get some of these players out of the club from other clubs, it's just going to be ridiculous. So I don't see them all leaving. If I was to bet on this being paid by KSE, I'm actually going to say they'll pay it. I genuinely think they'll pay it. Maybe I'm being a prat. Who knows? Anyway, leave it all in the comment section down below. Don't forget, I will be back again with another upload. I'm going to talk about Matteo Guendouzi in that one. So make sure you come and check that out. That'll be out about 10:15 tonight, as soon as the football's finished. I won't be doing a live video call-in. I'm shattered. I've been up since 6:30. And yeah, I will be back again tomorrow. Match day tomorrow, of course. Obviously, Arsenal are playing Crystal Palace. It's a must-win if we want to get into the Conference League. How this football club has fallen this deep, it is madness. But listen, big up to all who smashed the likes up. Follow the Insta. Follow all the links. They're all in the description. All have a wonderful early evening. Enjoy the footy, and I'll be back at 10:15. Arteta out.